All right, hook 'em horns. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm going to break down our game this weekend against Iowa State, a team that is red hot right now. So I'm going to give you some statistics on Iowa State, what it's going to take for the Longhorns to have some success against them. These teams are pretty well matched up. Iowa State's been, as I said, extremely impressive as of late, knocking off some teams that have beat us and looking very, very impressive with a true freshman quarterback right now who is just on fire. So Iowa State coming into this game at 6-3, Texas coming in at 7-3. Points per game for Iowa State, 27. Their opponents, 20 points. So they're outscoring their opponents by a touchdown. Quarterback Brock Purdy, 1,315 yards passing at 68.6%. Purdy, a true freshman, as I said earlier, who is just tearing it up. So full due respect to this guy because he's showing that he's got something. So 5 straight wins in the conference. First time ever for Iowa State. And that is with a true freshman quarterback. David Montgomery will be out of the game for the first half against Texas due to being ejected from Iowa State's last game against Baylor. That is David Montgomery, running back for Iowa State. So that'll be a little bit of a help for Texas, the fact that their starting running back will be out of the game for a little bit. Let's take a look at some of these wins for Iowa State. 48-42 over OSU, a team that the Longhorns lost against. 30-14 over West Virginia. That is impressive. Impressive. I went back and watched the highlights against West Virginia. The Iowa State offensive line was holding up very, very well, giving the quarterback plenty of time in the pocket to throw the ball and to scramble. The guy is mobile as well. He's the kind of guy that can get outside, sweep outside, and gain yards on the ground. Texas has struggled against a mobile quarterback. So that's going to be something that the Texas defense is going to have to be aware of. 40-31 over Texas Tech, 28-14 over Baylor in their last game. Going back to the West Virginia game, also their defense was getting to the quarterback. That's something that our offensive line at Texas we're going to have to prepare for. We're going to have to protect Sam Ehlinger and let our potent offense do what it does, but we got to protect first. Also, against West Virginia, they were very, very, had a lot of luck and a lot of just gaining yards right through the middle of the field on the run, blasting through the middle. We're going to have to watch that as well on defense. Offense is going to have to do what we did in our last game against Texas Tech. We're going to have some long sustained drives and give our defense a rest and not let those guys get too worn out. We are hurting badly, especially in our secondary. So I see this game as being a shootout, no doubt about it. I see it going down as a shootout. I see the defense is struggling. I do see Iowa State, their defense playing better, getting to Sam Ehlinger a little bit, rattling his cage a little bit. Sam is very mobile, so hopefully he can evade and gain yards on the ground as well. So we'll see what happens. Penalties for Iowa State, 40.33. Opponents, 65.00. So that tells you right there that their opponents have more penalties by about 20%. So That tells you that they are a very disciplined group. Not as many penalties as their opponents. So penalties are going to be big for Texas. We're going to have to watch the penalties and not allow free yards and Iowa State to move the ball in that way on us. Time of possession, total time of possession is about even with their opponents. 29.35 to the opponents, 30.20. Third down conversions, they've made 46 of 120. To their opponents, 55 of 136. So that's pretty even as well on third down conversions. Fourth down conversions, 7 of 11 versus their opponents, 8 of 16. So just a few stats there. Let me move forward. In the red zone scores for Iowa State, 27 of 30. So when these guys get in scoring position, they're going to come out with something. Their opponents in the red zone, 18 of 28. So they're outscoring their opponents. They're not allowing their opponents to score quite as much in the red zone. Red zone touchdowns for Iowa State, 15 of 30 versus their opponents, 12 of 28. So their opponents have not been getting TDs in the red zone. So that tells you that their defense is pretty stout, when they need to be. Excellent pass protection, as I said. I saw that again in the game against West Virginia. Very stout offensive line they appear to be. Good running forward, as I mentioned earlier, through the gut, through the middle of the field. Good slashing runs. Montgomery, who will come into the game at some point, we're going to have to contain him. Going on with, let's see. Just talking a little bit about our quarterback, Sam Ehlinger. As I said, he's very mobile. He's going to have to use his legs at points in this game. We're going to have to utilize our potent offense, no doubt about it. Little Jordan Humphreys tearing it up at wide receiver. So the Iowa State defense is going to have to contain him. He's going to be a deep threat the whole game. A threat across the middle as well. On the sidelines, the guy is an amazing wide receiver. Amazing wide receiver, no doubt, heading to the NFL. If he stays healthy, God willing. Our defense has been struggling really, really badly. As I said, our secondary is very hurt. We're going to have to contain their quarterback. We're going to have to rattle him a little bit, get to him, and we're going to have to stop the run. A lot of times the problem with the blitz, if you over pursue, you leave the middle of the field open, and that's not good. So we're going to have to really pick and choose when we run the blitz. We need to be more consistent, especially against this team. Very, very dangerous offense that could score points, and a defense that is very stout as well, able to hold some of these teams that we've played better than what we were able to do when we played them. So Sam Ehlinger, our quarterback, let's look at his stats. 2,483 yards passing at 64.3%, 20 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. This guy has set a school record and a Big 12 conference record of 200 so far. The streak is still alive. 280 pass attempts without an interception. So that tells you, Iowa State fans, that you guys are going against a very smart quarterback, a quarterback that protects the football. So you guys are going to have to, your defense is going to have to get to Sam Ehlinger, no doubt about it. We're going to have to be smart on offense. We're going to have to utilize Watson and Ingram at running back. We're going to have to gain some yards on the ground. This tandem's been doing pretty good on the ground for us. Sam Ehlinger gaining yards through the middle, slashing runs. We're going to have to be very smart and efficient on offense and try to have some sustained drives and hit the ball deep whenever we can. Iowa State, if their defense is able to do against the Longhorns what they did against West Virginia, we're going to have some serious problems because the strength of our team is our offense, no doubt about it. We can score points, match points with anybody out there, I do believe. Our defense is our weak point, no doubt about it. So this could be a potential, and I believe it will be a shootout. I do believe that that Texas is going to have some issues with containing this defense. The offensive line has got to protect in this game. Got to protect, give Sam Ehlinger time to throw the ball, and they've been pretty consistent with doing that. So I see this being a really, really entertaining, great game. I see this being very competitive. Both teams wanting to come out with a win. Iowa State coming in ranked 22nd. Texas coming in ranked 19th. So this is a very even matchup. Each team having their strengths. I believe Iowa State is a little bit stronger because their defense is better. Their offense might not be as high-powered as ours. I don't believe that it is. I don't believe that their quarterback doesn't have quite the stats of a Sam Ehlinger, but this kid is awesome. This kid for Iowa State, Purdy, this guy is really just tearing it up. And if he's this good now, how much better is he gonna get? You know, you guys got something really special going there in Iowa. So this is gonna be a very, I don't know, this is gonna be a war, I believe. This is gonna be a tough game for both teams. Texas, we're going to be playing this game at DKR at our home field, Darrell K. Royal Stadium in Austin, Texas. So that's a good thing that we have home field advantage for this game. Hopefully our crowd can make some noise and, help to rattle the offense a little bit. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. Our defense is going to have to be, we were a little bit more consistent this last game against Texas Tech. We had 2 or 3 takeaways, one really good strip, an interception. So we gotta mount up and we got to play some defense against this team. If we can have some stops against their offense, that'll allow our high-powered offense to get out there and do what we do. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a very good game. Our defense has to watch the middle of the field. Over pursue, like I said before, on defense. They're going to kill us across the middle of the field. And with the over pursuit, a lot of times quarterback is able to get outside and run down the sidelines. This guy can run the ball. Go watch the highlights against West Virginia. This guy can throw. This guy can pass. Showing some really great accuracy. Their defense was looking stout. Getting to the quarterback, rattling him, sacking him. Defense that can get it done. So this is going to be a very entertaining game. I'm happy for Iowa State that they have a competitive team now. 5 straight wins, first time ever, with a true freshman quarterback. That is awesome. That is awesome. I've got family from Iowa, but my team is Texas. Hook them, and we're going to hook you Saturday night, hopefully. So I think it's going to be a good game, entertaining game. So I appreciate you guys watching. All my subscribers that I've gotten lately, I appreciate it. Do a pre-game and a post-game for every Longhorns game that we have. Appreciate you guys tuning in to watch this video. Comment below, share, and as always, subscribe. Hit that bell so that you're notified of future videos. And you guys take care and get ready for Texas versus Iowa State Saturday night, 7 o'clock. Get ready. It's going to be a good one.